Severus The Fuck.
Condemned.
Alright, guys, welcome to the Rated X podcast. this fuck! Welcome to the Rated X podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sam DeathWalk, aka Sam. I'm also joined here with Rated Triple Gay, aka Rated Triple R, aka Colin.
It's all about the fake news, my boys.
Send Nudes 2020 movement. Got you. Alright.
It's fake. I said fake news. I don't know where you got nudes from, bro, but okay.
I look Chinese right now. Shut up.
He's like, wait a minute.
I'm also joined with Severus The Condemned, aka Jake.
It's actually the con now because I'm looking at the description. It's actually the con.
The what?
The Severus the con.
Refresh.
I know. I'm fucking.
Mine looks more
Hey.
than his, though.
Huh?
Look at how I did it. I put.
Oh, you fucking okay.
I made it look fancy.
Okay, you just fucking
Fancy as
enter.
face.
He just entered it, so he just goes down.
Yeah, so you can read it and just click on the link.
No lie, it does look more organized when you do that.
Well, you can still just click
You know
on
what?
it.
It was just an update. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's fine. It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it. Alright, good.
You know, I fixed it.
I
So
had no CD about that. I'm sorry.
I fixed it, Sam. So
Alright. We'll make up for it later, alright?
Just no Fortnite. Don't do it.
I'll just have the Orange Justice dance playing for for Colin for 12 hours if he keeps on being mean to me.
Sam, I actually eat my butthole before the stream, but you haven't done it yet.
Do you know why? Because we have to stream first, dude. You gotta be patient.
Oh right.
You can't just be like,
You
I want it now.
You can't be like that. You can't be like, I want to beat my beat before the stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta do it after the stream. You gotta make sure you're done streaming too.
Mm-hmm. So meth.
Yeah, meth. Don't start this.
Don't fucking do this.
Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me.
Oh, but I want to get something off my chest though. I've been thinking about like the recent shit and stuff, and my opinion about it is everybody matters. Your neighbors, your family, your friends, everybody matters. And George Floyd's case is going to get into something bigger because they're probably going to try to expedite those officers because they're trying to spin the story, but it might be the truth. I don't know. But if that happens, everybody be safe. But everybody's equal. Everybody should be equal, and everybody has the right to protest and vote for what you believe in. You have a voice.
Just don't fucking riot.
Just don't. And if you see those people that are fake riot, like that are starting the riots, and they kind of look out of place, let the police know.
They probably are.
Yeah,
they probably are.
And if they're in your group, trying to fuck up the protest, kick them the fuck out. Make sure you send them directly to the police. Say that's one of those fuck boys that are rioting. Fucking deal with him. He ain't part of us.
That's not how we resolve our issues. Is violence, because violence causes more violence, and George Floyd wouldn't want that for him. He just wants his justice.
You know what I found weird though, bro, is that about this whole situation is that they wouldn't let people protest about COVID-19 or anything like that. But as soon as this shit happens, oh, it's okay to go outside and protest and everything. I just found that shit.
If you think about it, people have been cooped up in their houses for way too long, and I think
People have been protesting and trying to protest for COVID-19. Like they're trying to say, oh yeah, COVID-19 is a hoax, stuff like that. People have the freedom of speech. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude, why did our stream go offline? What the fuck? I was resumed.
Stream's fine.
It just says
like that.
it says streamer offline and I'm back online. What the fuck? That was weird. Anyways,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
yeah, Sam's like,
difficulties.
hold up.
Difficulties, aren't
Anyways, so basically, I find weird is that like, yeah, you can go outside and protest about George Floyd. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do or anything like that, but I'm just saying I just find it weird. I'm questioning about it. Like, why is it okay for us to go ahead and do this instead of protesting about COVID-19, going and seeing your family, and if you have a dead grandmother, and go to a funeral? No, listen, I'm asking a question because like people can't do this right now. They can't see their dead grandmother that's dying in the hospital. They can't go to a funeral. They can't do weddings. They can't do anything. But when a protest happens, like this, it's like, oh, it's okay, go out and protest on stuff. And the fucking what's it called? The what's their name? Like the health organizations and shit like that are all like saying, oh yeah, it's okay to go protest stuff like that, basically. So.
And nobody else is actually committing to that because people are getting restricted from the families, and there's no sense of time to pass before the final.
I think
you want to go ahead? You want to go ahead?
Go ahead. I had a thought and I just started talking about it.
Yeah, that's fine. But to even add on to this discourse, I've been saying this all day. When you basically revoke somebody of that freedom to actually just try and then make their last moments and connect with their family, as they're on the deathbed, warranting their last view, it makes you start to wonder and feel like you're becoming apathetic because the government systematically says you cannot protest about this kind of shit. You can't even go see your family members. That's what I find so horrid about all this. And like I said, I literally the right to protest for your civil rights. I support that. What I just don't like is the idea that you cannot see the last bit of your family members because they have COVID-19 and they're warranting on their last few breaths.
Well, think about it like this though: if they have the virus and you did not contract the virus at all, even if it isn't dormant in you or whatever. My honest opinion, I think everybody already has it. It depends on if it's dormant or not in you. But the only reason why they're doing that is so you have the precautions of not bringing it home, and then if any other
people had the chance to get a fucking COVID-19 anyways. They're on the fucking streets protesting shit.
Yeah,
people have the chance.
I know, but the thing is
health organizations like, oh,
if you revoke our right to protest, then it's gonna be worse than what it is.
They've been trying to do. I mean, not trying. They have been revoking our right to protest anyways before George Floyd.
Before the incident with George, before this, we couldn't even protest them.
We couldn't even protest about fucking COVID-19.
And I'm not saying that it's wrong that they're protesting now. I'm not saying that it's wrong that they're doing that. I'm saying that it's wrong because of the fact that literally there are people who've been in their fucking deathbeds for weeks.
I'm saying it's wrong because not talking about George Floyd. I'm saying it's wrong for us not to be able to protest on anything at all. We can't protest, and you're restricting our freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? That's why I find it's weird. And there was a thing that came out from the. I was talking to Severus about it, the Vatican and shit. That letter or whatever.
It's something referring to basically from it's not somebody directly from the Vatican, but it was somebody who was an member of the Vatican who was looking into it. But they mentioned about the fact that there's a lot of Masonic symbolism involved in our media and stream, which I did some research upon that.
Carlo Maria Vigano, whatever. I can't pronounce his name. So,
I'll have to look back at it in a sec, but it was probably somebody with the name of Carlo. But I was looking into it.
I just pulled it up.
Yeah, you pulled it up for me, and I'm like, okay, this is a new development. If the Vatican could probably point this out, and I'm going to be honest, the rest of the fucking Catholics have been known for disgusting shit. But if there's a few people in there that I can actually point out,
he was talking about how there's corrupt people and stuff like that, and how the media and stuff like that is basically, trying to divide our country, and how there's bad people in the government, which we already knew this shit. Like, I was surprised. I was surprised that it got out, but I'm not surprised that I'm hearing this, because I already know most of this shit.
Yeah, it got.
Everybody should already know the government's fucked.
Yeah,
not everybody does though. Not everybody does, man. People are a lot of people are naive, bro. A lot of people are, you got how Alex Jones said is you got people on one spectrum where they believe everything on the media, everything they hear and see, they believe everything. You got people on this other side where they're schizophrenics. They think that people are watching them all the time. People are I remember my cousin's grandpa. He had schizophrenia. Can't say right. He was sick. Schizo. I can't talk today. But anyways, yeah,
it's schizophrenia.
Yeah, I can't talk. But he has that, and basically, he actually took out a magnet out of the. You remember how those showers have magnets at the bottom? At the bottom of the shower, yeah. He took out that and thought it was the government was listening to him through that. So there's people like that believe in that shit, and there's people that actually believe in the media. There's two different sides, and a lot of people are on. I feel like a lot of people are more they're leaning towards the part where believe everything on the media and what they say. You know what I mean?
My mom is like that, I think.
Which is something you never wanted to happen in the first place.
No, you don't want that at all. I tell my mom all the time, that shit, you need to just be, be careful what you watch on news and stuff like that. Because she was talking about, I remember it was Alex Jones or something like that. And she was like, Alex Jones is this, that, and the other. And I was like, she didn't want me watching him. They want me watching him because he was quote unquote telling people to kill people at Sandy Hook, which wasn't true.
He never did. That's false.
And he even apologized. He didn't do it, but he didn't say it, but he still apologized for it. So
this is kind of
but I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example. That's pretty much what's going on.
I know, and that's one of the examples. And here I am on the sidelines trying to warn people about this kind of shit. It's hey, I know you guys are peacefully protesting, but be aware of anything that is a fucking sign of a free. They're the ones that are going to instigate and riot and loot and shit. They're going to be the ones that ruin everything in America.
Well, the thing is, too, if you, we talked about in the last podcast where people are getting hired to be Antifa members and stuff like that, but by George Soros, and people coming in from different states and riot and stuff like that, and people starting, when you talk about people starting shit and everything, it's already happening. It's not this is nothing. It's nothing new. This has actually happened. When the whole, I think it was what was that thing called? The World Trade. I think it was the World Trade Organization or something like that. WTO.
WTO.
Yeah. No, when there was riots about that, there was actually. It started as a peaceful protest, and then eventually there was cops, undercover cops coming in. It wasn't cops. No, it was Delta Force. Delta Force was.
Why the fuck was Delta Force involved in the first place?
Well, I don't know, honestly, but Delta Force was involved with the starting of the riots and stuff like that.
Which just kind of makes me wonder why the fuck would anybody do that inside of a force?
Well, you got to think about this is a time when I think it was Bush was in office, I believe, at the time when this all happened. This is right after 9/11. So yeah, Bush. Yeah. So
I have no doubt that 9/11 was an inside job anyway. I have no doubt in my fucking mind.
No, I wouldn't doubt it either, honestly. Honestly, the way the towers fell is fucking honestly.
Yeah. And this goes out to all my friends who are even remotely Arabian. Listen, y'all didn't do shit. And I believe in y'all, and y'all are my friends. Y'all met some cool fucking people that are. I've really met some cool people.
If they did do it, it's not all of them either.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
not
by their actions. You don't judge people by their race. Because if you do
exactly.
That, you're just appropriating their right to be here.
Yeah. And that's people just want to fucking put a face and put a mask up against somebody.
And that's what I was telling people too. Like, I feel like all this, like, you know, black people are getting suppressed. You know, all this stuff, all this other shit. You know, and all this, you know, most of this fake news shit going on in the media right now is going to turn a lot of people. I think it's going to start a big race war. People are going to be like, oh, well, he's black, so he's going to steal something. You know what I mean? Which is obviously not true. You know, oh, he's Mexican. He probably came over the border without, you know, he's illegal, which is probably not true. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming a big fucking problem in our society, honestly.
And that part I definitely agree with. I'm going to go ahead and put the example out there. Last night I was watching the Seattle Pro. I was watching two different views. One that was in the early day with Amari Solemia, I think it was. Solenaria. I could not pronounce the last name to save my life. I witnessed that there was no instigation on the literally no instigation in the protest line, but the police force there actually demanded them to step back from the barriers, even though there was no movement of the barriers. They're thinking that the barriers removed, and I'm like, that's kind of illogical. I didn't see anybody moving the barriers, and apparently nobody did in the protest. And then came in the gunman and shooting at the fucking people in wheelchairs, and I'm just like, that's fucked up.
Dude,
and then when
seen a dog bite a 6-year-old's butt.
Exactly.
Get maced in the face.
I mean, I seen someone actually killed one of their dogs. Like someone actually killed like a dog because it was a white person's dog.
I've seen that shit too. And I've seen
it was a black guy saying, "Oh, it's a white person's dog" or some shit like that, and killed it. So
I've seen shit like that. And usually, just because it's a person's dog doesn't mean they're fucking, you know.
Not dog's fault, like shit.
It's usually resulting to the fault of the owner. And that's about it. At the end of it. But another thing I'd like to point out is, besides the Seattle thing, well, actually, this is still another thing. Continue with the Seattle thing. There was another famous fucking dude, and I know it's a Democratic state in Washington. It's definitely Democratic. It doesn't matter. Because what I witnessed there at the protest, there were at least a few instigators. And I was walking. There were at least a few instigators at the end when Joey came on. I was looking at something looked kind of fishy about it, because on one of the fucking they had the megaphones and shit like there. One of the people who was or not of like different color or nationality said to tell the police to kill themselves, and now that's fucking stupid. Get that guy out of here. And the people inside the protest told to get the guy to get the fuck out of here. And obviously they escorted him out of there. So that was smart. Because if any more of that shit would have happened, that would look bad upon anybody else.
That's the plan, though.
Yeah. And honestly, the next thing is, that's part of the plan. I think that was like a part of the plan to instigate and cause rioting. I really think it was.
I would read the letter that Trump got, but the thing is, it's long. And I don't want to take half the podcast trying to read it.
Well,
Is it on Twitter?
I
sent it on Discord, bro. It's on the.
Okay. I'll
If you go to Riot's
look at
podcast,
the open.
you're kind of lagging right now, buddy.
Am I?
A link?
It's a link. Yeah, it should be like Amazonia, something like that. WS /lifestyle/ open letter. Should last thing. But in Discord.
Watch this, dude. Cool.
I would go to let's 1, 2, 3. The fourth paragraph. I would just look at the fourth paragraph, and that kind of incites about what the Vatican dude knows.
I'm still loading up. Waiting for it to. There we go. Yeah. So,
By the way, it's Carlo Maria Vigano.
yeah. I can
If
read
you're
it.
wondering what if you can read the fourth paragraph.
Okay. So it says, we will also discover that the riots in these days were provoked by those who seeing that the virus is
Inevitably.
fading, and that the social alarm of the pandemic is waning. I'm gonna let read. Fuck it. I don't want to fuck this up.
Okay.
Have had to provoke civil disturbances because they would be followed by representation, repression, which, although legitimate,
Legitimate?
I'll read it. Could
Sound.
be condemned as an unjustified aggression against the population. The same thing is also happening in Europe. It is quite clear that the use of street protests is instrumental to the purpose of those who would like to see someone elected in the upcoming presidential elections who embodies the goal of the deep state and who expresses those goals faithfully and with conviction. It will not be surprising if, in a few months, we learn once again that hidden behind these acts of vandalism and violence, there are those who hope to profit from the discussion of the social disorder as to build a world solvet a calcula, as the Masonic adage teaches. So, it's definitely some part of secret society involved. That's what concerns me about this fourth paragraph.
If he keeps on doing stuff like this.
Yeah, the Soviet, whatever that fucking says. I looked it up. So
Solvet et calcula.
separate and join together is a medieval alchemy quote, which is to say that nothing new can be built if not before we can make space, breaking the old.
It is definitely an alchemic saying, but if you see people starting wearing, you see shit saying "Ordo ab Chal," order from. That's something to be warned about.
Yeah,
Because
but you were saying though, you told me that George Floyd could have been part of the
a blood sacrifice. He could, well, kind of disturbing, and it made me want to go drink again. But he was a porno actor. Maybe wanted to kind of drink. I mean, that's kind of personal, but in the porno, you see a tattoo of him having the two griffins on opposite, and there's like careful encryptions of every Greek letter. Usually, as it and the imprint on his chest says "Ordo ab Chal," and it says "Order from Chaos." The dude, the one who I found out was from one of the rappers in my fucking local area named. I found it up on his fucking Instagram story. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding. So no, I'll look into Adverter, and Ordo ab Chal is a reference from Order from Chaos from the Freemason, a secret society of Jesuits from the 1500s. It's still present and at large. But
No.
But the thing is, they're so abstract and they go in secrecy that you do not know what they're doing. And to go even further into this history, they've been tried recently in the 1900s by Parliament, evidence became.
Hey,
That's
just
a-
music lagging on my end too.
He's like,
Okay, I'll make sure it's not just me. But it's gonna be
Okay, look, I reset my internet so many times, I just do not know why the fuck it's not working.
It's fine, bro.
Well, like, was it enough to understand that there's something else involved?
Yeah, like I mean, I heard like when you read that thing and then you were talking about it, like, hey, people got it.
Well, in short, this is a big organization. The Masons have been involved since the 1500s.
Well, we all know there's secret societies and shit like that. We all know there's something involved. We all know that. At least us.
We don't know about the rest
even
of the people, though, are they inclined
even
to know about
JFK even did a secret societies speech, and his predecessor, he what's his name? I can't remember his name. Eisenhower. There we go. Eisenhower.
Dwight Eisenhower?
Yeah. Eisenhower, when he was on the farewell address talking about the military-industrial complex, and he was talking about how there was these like technocratic elites, where basically they're trying to control the free world. So, and the thing is about our government is that basically we got hijacked by multi-million dollar banks. We got taken over by a lot of the Chinese people from China, like in the movies and like all kinds of shit, honestly. And the thing is, they're trying to make a one world government, and yeah.
And the thing is, the Masons have over 200,000 members involved. 200,000 people.
Is it bad that my grandpa was part of that shit?
Wait, what?
My grandpa was part of the Freemasonry, I'm pretty sure. Kind of weird.
Oh no.
It's funny though too. Like if I start, what if I ever go over there and start talking about that shit? Or they would be like, what? How do you know that?"
Well, you could just be kind of secretive about it. Be like, "What's a Freemason?" Or just like I don't know, random. It's like, oh. But what I'm saying is, I think that was a blood sacrifice. Floyd is dead. He is dead, confirmed. But I feel like that was something on purpose. Because I was looking at the diesel gas one. The diesel is 99 cents. Do you remember seeing anything being 99 cents at a gas station with any of you?
No.
What do you see as the usual prices?
It's about like a dollar and like I think it's like here's like $1. Fuck.
Something.
Okay, so we got like $1.30 to $2.49.
It's like $1 something down here.
Yeah, when was the last time you ever seen that?
99 cents. I don't know. It's been. I don't know.
Shit like this makes me 99 divided by 3 is 33. Seems like it's in intervals of 3, but that's something a little bit too far in, and that's a little bit too much skepticism. But there's definitely something involved.
No. Yeah, all you're doing is questioning, bro. You're just questioning it. There's nothing wrong with questioning things.
I'm not saying it's wrong to question. I'm saying
I should say I think it's a better mindset to have is when you question things. Like any kind of national tragedy, anything that happens, you have to question. You have to make sure you're right on all sides. And if you get anything wrong, you're gonna have that one person that says, oh, well, I found this out about this, and they're going to try to prove you wrong. So you got to make sure you have all sides correct, and you got to make sure everything you think is right. You know what I mean?
The way I view it is, it's not about necessary.
Well, I gather it's most likely something bigger than what everybody makes it seem to be. Because
That's what I'm gathering too.
if you think about it, this happened, and there's like, I mean, the media. I've read some articles. I don't believe them, but it's made me question it because of it. Like, people are saying like the lady that was working for the do you know how George Floyd and the officer both like worked together at a nightclub or whatever? The lady that was their boss said that the dude that was in that video did not look like the dude that was.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Exactly.
that on, I saw that on what was it on Facebook? One of our boys put shared out a video, or not video, a picture of a mugshot of like the dude that was in the video, and or it was a shot of the guy that was in the video, and there was a mugshot of the guy that was supposed to be in jail.
Well, to go even further, I even looked up the fucking conspiracy theory. What are these the same cops involved in Boston bombing and Sandy Hook? Now, okay, Sandy Hook actually did happen, yes. But were those the same 3 cops in that same...
And they're like secret agents or some shit like that.
Maybe? I don't know.
Secret Service.
Let me see if I still have the photos and didn't delete them like a dumbass. Let me go ahead. In case I do delete it. And,
I mean, like...
And I fucking removed it. God damn it. Okay, go back to deleted photo. Time to recover.
All I gotta say is, bro, is that like I feel like people need to be open about things instead of being closed-minded and believing everything they see on the media. And all I'm saying is, like, I feel like people should, you know, like I said, look at every angle you can find. If you can find another angle, like the only reason why I question as much as I do is because there's no footage of where. You see the footage where it starts, but you never see the footage where it's like in the middle. You have no, like, there's no unfiltered, unedited, you know, footage. You know what I mean? They'll say it's unedited on the title, but it's really not like unedited.
You're saying it with an unbiased opinion that it's like it's in the... It's literally in the moment, and we don't know for certain.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if I can save the photos real quick, and I'll just post them up to y'all. Because this is what I've been seeing on Facebook by one of my friends, and it's definitely something to... This is going to be a fucking weird time. Yeah, I know I wasn't idle for too long, goddammit, piss off. Alright. Sorry, you might see the name. That's what I got from... photos. It's loading. Give it a minute. It's like 5. There we go. That's what I got. This is a list of questions.
Hard to see on the computer, but
Well, I'll start off with the first one. Why does one photo from behind show a man on the road is not a video from the front that he is? That one can be easily debunked. Why is a cop car and restaurant surveillance video different than the one Floyd was lying behind different car number? They're saying like there's like 830 and then there's 320. I think 32 and 33 was meant to be something symbolic to masonry. But I don't know. Why are the cops in the surveillance footage that arrested them different than the police in the actual... That's one of the questions. And the one that I pointed out the most, I really the diesel price. Instead of it being $2.49, it's 99. And y'all could probably figure this out, but do you see police cop cars were basically saying the license plate being non-municipal and saying just police? Do y'all see?
See what?
Like for in the video, they said that there's a license plate with police on there. Do y'all see that pretty often with police?
Sorry, your mic cut.
Usually the unit number.
Yeah, you usually have a unit number.
Number or the officer's badge number.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the car itself, like on the license plate of the carts.
Yeah.
And it's the thing is, it's not municipal in the video. That's what I wanted to add. And if you look in the photo of the last one, you see that there's two different badges.
Yeah, two different badges, and there's like, and then the Boston, or no, is it Boston, right? Boston bombing.
Yep, and a City Hook shooting. Apparently.
Yeah.
It's just something that really. This one kind of brings up the most oddity. It's pretty odd. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
And then apparently there is Derek Chauvin. Wait, hold on a second. Number 7 seems kind of like an irrelevant. Number 8. There has been some dumb cops, so I would verify, yes, there are cops dumb enough with, putting up. I've seen some dumb cops. I wouldn't put it past. It's possible for the deceased cousins if he. This one also makes me wonder too. It could have been on antidepressants or something. Like if they took any drugs, they probably took some of those antidepressants to prevent them, to make them tearless or something like that, or make them emotional. It could be.
So basically, what he's showing is I don't know if Sam put it on the screen or not. Did you put it on the screen, Sam, or not?
I think I did.
Oh, you just showed her. Okay. The stuff from Facebook. This Facebook screenshots.
Yeah, and for the person that I basically put out there in the name, sorry, you just had a lot of questions, and it's fake. I don't know what's up with the pocket thing. I don't know what's the relevance. That's another question. And
I wonder what site you went to. They put that in there. I wonder what site. I don't know.
A couple of them. I don't know.
4chan.
4chan. Oh yeah, speaking of 4chan, wasn't there something called Operation Pridefall where they're basically gonna fuck up people, fuck up the LGBTQ community's pride by sending them online threats and shit? I think I even saw that recently. That's fucked up.
It happens, dude.
Consume.
Honestly, bro, I feel like I'll have a lot of the. I feel like they're just kind of like talking shit, honestly. But
yeah.
And again, it
probably
ain't
trolling.
right. I'm not saying it's right for them to do that. I'm just saying they're just talking.
They're
shit.
trolling. They're trolling, probably. Number 17, yes, you can probably not breathe. You probably can't breathe, and you're probably unconscious for quite some time. You can only speak your last. Because, as shown in the video, number 7, for question 7, they were pressing on both arteries. Both of those arteries were pressed, and they were for 8.5 minutes of losing consciousness. Blood flow is actually 5 minutes you lose consciousness. In the 2.5 minutes you're unconscious, and then brain starts to fail on you. By restricting that, the brain cannot process and it's terminated.
The way they killed him, though, I don't feel like you learned that in the fucking in in the fucking academy. Honestly,
I've seen another video. Like there was they were like trying to say like, where did they get this police training? And somewhere in like Israel or whatever. Did you see that on that article, servers from last week?
Wait a minute.
They
Hold
talked
up.
about that too. And it showed like some dude in like Israel or somewhere out in the Middle East, and he was an American citizen, and they took him. They did the same thing to him.
What? Wait. But was
They
it the
didn't
same day?
kill him. No, it wasn't the same day. It was a long time ago.
A long time ago?
You didn't read the full article, did you? I did. I actually sat there and read the whole thing. I just didn't watch the whole entire normalism thing. I don't even know where.
I mean, which article?
It's the
Which-
one where it talks about like normalism
Sure.
and stuff like that.
I've had to scroll. I would have to scroll the fuck back up and look at it. But Jesus, dude. Regardless of all police brutality is still a thing, but please try and take down this. Just be careful with the secret organization that play in it, and don't. Simple.
Oh shit! I'm still.
I think people will just have the. I think people are having the confusion of that cops or all cops are bad. I think that's the issue. That's the main issue right now. People are having like this issue, like, oh, all cops are bad. You know, all cops are going straight for black people and minorities and all that sort of stuff. Bro, that's not fucking true. It's not true at all. It's fucking fake news psyop.
It's a psyop, but in a way, some of it is true where they're attacking everybody else. Like, and I'm not saying that in like, how do I word this to where it doesn't seem like I'm saying that all cops are bad. Some cops are definitely fucking terrible. Some cops are really just untrained and not fit. Some cops are confused and don't know where to go. Some cops are basically taking oaths to.
I think a lot of cops get threatened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes when you look at their situation, right? Like, you look at their situation, and some of the cops. I'm not fucking sitting here like trying to defend all cops that are actually bad. What I'm trying to say is, like, when you look at cops, sometimes like, and you see their situation, they probably have families too, just like everybody else. They probably have, things they go home to, and and they do stuff. Like they're just regular people. They're not.
I found it.
All right, repost that shit, please. So that. They do have regular family. Most cops do. But what I wanted, but what's concerning? Okay, yeah, many Memphis riots. Oh, this one. They keep adding it in every day. Rabbit Chan, Jew, Fifos.
Yo, what the fuck? Look at that picture.
What?
Which one?
Right after when it talks about how George Floyd had coronavirus.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, that. Paris.
Oh.
That one. Yeah.
Which one? The one that like a chicken?
No, May 25th, 2020, Minneapolis. May 25th, 2020, Minneapolis. May 28th, 2020 in Paris. And then May 30th, 2020 in
Madrid.
May 25th.
It says right here, George Floyd tested positive for coronavirus, COVID-19. Full George Floyd autopsy report released. Says he tested blah blah blah. The medical examiner said that in addition to COVID-19, George Floyd had I don't know how to pronounce that, and hypertensive heart disease. Fentanyl intoxication and recent use of methamphetamine and cannabis. Lawyers say that police charged with murdering George Floyd have strong grounds for being acquitted if the courts are not biased, because Minneapolis police written rules for conduct specifically authorize and approve knee-on-neck tactics to subdue persons resisting arrest and speak of training to use such techniques.
But what really fucks me up is that this is all verified. And look at that, May 25th, May 30th, May 20th.
And then like literally a week ago.
Wait a minute. 3 days after that, and 2 days after Madrid. Is there a fucking pattern? Is there a fucking pattern? What the f-
I'm not.
3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 30 33. God damn it.
Okay.
If this is the fucking... Alright, wait.
Look at the screen for guidance.
Which...
Talking about the Sandy Hook shit. And the Sandy Hook and the Boston shooting stuff right here. This.
Oh yeah, that part. You mean that same fucking article?
I'm just deeper into the article than you are. This is the video
I'm
talking about. Alright, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna pause the music for the podcast. I just doxed my name. Oops. Oh well.
Well, making it easy for the government to see you.
Well, all they have to do is one thing on the email and know Colin's name, so I mean... Are you ready?
Oh,
Are you on the video?
Yeah, I'm on the video.
Alright, I'm pressing play.
Jewish American.
Israel is occupying the Palestinian people in my name, in the name of world Jewry, and I myself, an American Jew, am here to say that that is completely unjustified and ethically reprehensible. And world Jewry and all people of the world will not stop until this occupation ends and until the Palestinian people have their right of return, their right to live without occupation, and equal rights within Israel. That is why we are here.
What?
To them, I say to the people of Israel that they must
equal rights in Israel.
Join the world consensus. The entire world has decided that this occupation cannot go on, that the refugees cannot remain where they are. The world has decided they must all come home, and that the occupied territories shall be free. Israel is the pariah state. Israel is the rogue state. And the United States. My government is responsible. And I'm here to say that not in my name, not in the name of the American citizens. I will not give you my passport. I'm not giving you my passport. I have a right to be here. I have a right to be here. Don't push me. I need to call my... I'm going to call my consulate right now. Get off me. I need to call my consulate right now.
What is this?
I don't know. I read the article. I forgot what it was about. But watch how these officers treat their American citizens. They do the same thing with everything, everywhere else. It's like a correlation for them. So they're trying to get equal rights in their country, and this dude just gets his ass beat.
I didn't see his ass beat. He just got kind of pushed out the way. Never mind, I see it.
Now you see,
Yeah.
throw him on the ground and start punching him and shit. And then he puts his knee on the back of his neck. That's where they're crushing the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
And I think he does have a blank face.
He's never been taught to use this method of resistance. How I wonder when these officers were hired, if they were hired, and where were they trained? Clues here: young American Jew protester Israel gets knee to neck treatment.
And then basically a drive off floaty deal.
Russ Winter, what was his neck broken? The autopsy was inclusive. Is that right? So apparently not as that would have been easily spotted. The police.
Basically what Jake was talking about earlier at the bottom of this article. About the police records and shit like that.
Huh. I was talking about that too. That's how I got some of my sources of information, just look. But I will say that the footage is definitely blurred out, which, in case of that, people were starting to speculate that he had like golden around the vest. I'm like, no, that's just part of his skin color. So that's kind of suspicious. The thing that comes out the most to me is the Masonic numbers and the symbolism.
They show the funding too. George Soros, right? No, Bill Gates, Bezos, and Bill Gates. What?
Now you're questioning everything right now, are you?
Yeah, I'm questioning every fucking thing.
No, I'm talking about Colin. He was like, Bill Gates?
Yep.
Him
I know
too?
Bill Gates. I know Bezos and Bill Gates is bad. American billionaires saw the frontier soar 434 billion during the U.S. lockdown between mid-March and mid-May 2020, according to a new report. Which, yeah, because we were actually, our economy went down, economy crash, so they got more money. Amazon's Jeff Bezos and Facebook Mark Zuckerberg had the biggest gains, with Bezos adding 34.6 billion to his wealth, and Zuckerberg's adding 25 billion, according to the report Americans Tax Fairness and the Institute of Policy Studies program for inequality. According to the report, the net worth of Americans billionaires grew 15% during the 2 months period to 3.3 trillion from 2.9 trillion. The biggest gains were at the top of the billionaire pyramid, with the richest 5 billionaires: Bezos, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, and Larry Ellison, seeing the combined wealth gains of 76 billion. Yeah, they got more money, of course they did, because the economy crashed. When the economy crashes, the rich get more money.
The rich get richer and the poor get...
Exactly. That happens every single time.
So, my point is this. This is to incite the violence and manipulate, but it has to be the Masons, of all fucking things. And
I got you put Tucker Carlson up here too. Come on.
Huh?
That's cool. He's showing Tucker Carlson as a news source at the top. Mass murder, mind control.
You know you played that too.
If you want.
yeah.
Hello.
It's a 3-minute video.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, go ahead and play that one.
Let me know when you play it. So
3, 2, 1, play.
Laura, I've been online trying to track what the role of Antifa has been in Minneapolis,
This shit
Atlanta,
gets me.
and
Yo.
New York, and unfolding now,
All of this.
apparently in Los Angeles. What can you tell us about how they might be mucking things up? And
Know
making
your
things
enemy, people.
Very, very unstable.
Know your fucking enemy.
Well, what they're doing, Laura, is exploiting the existing conditions and exploiting the local residents, exploiting the very justified outpouring of grief and anger. They specialize in masking themselves behind genuine protesters and exploiting these opportunities to agitate and destroy. These are professional antagonizers, right? They've been trained. They have manuals in how to do this with their tactics, their techniques, and their procedures. And if you look at them in the crowd, you can start to pick them out because they're very different to the rest of the protesters. They typically wear black, all dressed in black, not always. They have different levels in the hierarchical structure. But you'll see the ones, especially that are in this subculture of real professional antagonists and instigators. And they wear all in black. They often have equipment on their backs. They'll have gas masks that aren't the typical gas masks. Those are the expensive ones. They'll have SDLR cameras.
You're playing the first one, right?
Thousands
Very
and
first
thousands
one.
of dollars that the average protester doesn't have. They'll have communications equipment like radios with military-grade antennas. You'll see they have earpieces in their ears. There are repeaters on top of vehicles. And these people come from the outside. And this is something I've spoken today to counterterrorism people, law enforcement, intelligence people, and what all of them complain about is the fact that law enforcement has not been doing anything about the proliferation of these cells all across this country for years now. They've existed for a long time, but in the age of social media, the word that was used was supercharged, right? They've become supercharged, and they're able to influence an extraordinary amount of people. So you don't need a lot of them. You have them, and you have these professional agitators. They use and exploit the people around them. And what's happened in Minneapolis that's really interesting to people who study these groups is a confluence of Black Lives Matter and Antifa, because ironically, you know, they make it all about the racial divide and this terrible racist injustice. But Antifa is mostly white. And they don't really care. They don't care about uniting the U.S. They don't care about getting rid of racism. Their slogans are about abolishing the police, right? They use sayings like the only good cops are dead cops. So they're not looking to reform the system or fix the system or anything like that. You've got a black police chief in Minnesota, right? You've got many other black officials. They don't want to support those people. Those black people are not on their agenda. It's the people who can be exploited. Because when Minneapolis is burned to the ground in any other city, like Ferguson, they move on. And who's left holding the baby, right? Who's left with the destruction? Who's poorer?
The people,
because their
the
cities
citizens.
and their businesses have been burned down and destroyed.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
the citizens that they say they care about. They don't.
It's about creating anarchy and taking down the whole American system. They think America is a corrupt,
Yeah,
awful,
so-
rotten
And regime
place.
change.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all
You watched the
part of
first
it.
one,
Doing is
right?
they're
Or first
provoking the
one.
police.
Yeah.
Yes, provoking
Sam.
the police, provoking the National Guard. They want a replay of Kent State.
Well, it was
And
like a
one
few
thing
seconds,
I've seen
wasn't
is
it?
Lots of people complaining about the police allowing the police station to be burned to the ground. What Antifa wanted was the police to defend that building and to fight with them and capture those images of the evil policeman with his weapons,
Right.
you know, attacking the innocent civilian. And they denied them that opportunity. That was
Something
very
I would look up
strategic
to is
and
Big
in
Short.
many ways very smart. But what they
Yeah,
have to do
that's what I was
now
trying to tell you,
is
though,
map
bro.
those cell
That's
phone
fucking.
networks, map the finances, follow the money, as always.
Yeah, Laura, we
Who's
got it. We
funding
got it.
them?
I can't do anything, but now that George Floyd dies, it's like, hey, do the shit now. And we were saying there's people dying and stuff like that, and those cops dying and stuff.
Yeah, all this is like, to me, it's something bigger than what it really is. Yes, he's getting treated unjust by how everything was done, but
But it's something bigger than meets the eye, more than meets the naked.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more than just fucking. Oh, this poor innocent black guy dies. This poor innocent black guy that did nothing wrong got killed by an officer.
And truthfully, he is an innocent man. I'm not going to say anything about
Oh
it.
no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it either. I don't know I don't have the full video. Like, there's no full video or anything like that. This is what gets me is that. And it's like they pick one thing that happened out of many people that have died over by cops. and they make it about Black Lives Matter. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree with it. I'm just saying like the media has picked out one video, out of many video or many cases has happened, and just use that video as their, I'm trying to think of the word, but basically they use that
The propaganda.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah,
Their little tool, their little facade, their face, their mask.
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm out of energy today. I work today.
Trust me, dude. I know what that feels like because last night.
It's bigger than what everybody thinks it is. I still believe he needs his justice until those officers are actually behind bars or
They're behind bars.
They are.
I'm talking about indicting them though.
They are indicted them.
No, I mean for like the second time, they actually pull them out of jail.
They're putting them out of jail.
Yeah,
They're taking them out of jail.
Yeah, they're talking about indicting him for the second time, but the problem is you can't do that to some. That goes against everything. And if you're charged for second-degree murder, they up the charges to second degree. If they were to go to first degree, he would get out scot-free. That's how the system would have worked. That's to keep him in second degree. But here's my problem with everything. My problem with it is if they take him off of there, more riots, more outrage, as you could. The people in Black Lives Matter.
It's definitely not fucking. It's not Trump's fault. People act like it's Trump's fault. Like all this shit happens. They always get spun back to Trump somehow.
For how dumb. Look, I'm gonna admit, for how fucking dumb the Cheeto is, I'm gonna call him a Cheeto. He is pretty dumb.
Huh?
He's pretty dumb at times, but I think he's being used as a puppet.
I don't think he's using a puppet, bro. I think he is trying to get at the truth. Honestly, he's been doing that for years. He even said that, which wasn't true, obviously, but he said that the whole Obamagate shit that was going on a long time ago, how Obama was born in Kenya, stuff like that, which obviously isn't true. It was a cover up for something else, because his dad was actually he was Frank Marshall Davis, the communist. And he was part of the CIA. His mom was a sex op, but that's not here nor there. I'm just saying that. But
yeah, I get where you're going on with this.
Basically, he was trying to get the truth. He was saying that he wasn't born here, or some along the lines. It's not like that, but he was set on some on lines. He was trying to get at the truth, and I think that's what he's doing now. That people are starting to, Secret Service, stuff like that, are starting to come out and they're telling Trump about these things that are happening and stuff like that. And the media is sitting here lying and bashing him all day because they don't have, what their people like Hillary Clinton or I'm trying to think like Joe Biden or anything like that. Because those people like that are part of the establishment. Those people like that are part of the establishment. And if you think about it, like say like Hitler or Stalin or even hell, look at China. How China, you can't say one bad thing about about their dictator, and if you do, you get fucking killed. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying about America. I'm just saying like the media is basically saying that Trump's bad, but this person's good, even though this person's done so many other things that's gone wrong with this person. You know what I mean?
Right. I get where you're going out with this. And surprisingly enough, I mean, media has definitely lied to us for it.
Yeah. The media has always lied, honestly. And the problem, like I said, the problem is with the whole media. I mean, they've done it for years, honestly, dude. Like ever since I'm trying to think. Like ever since, I guess, like honestly, I feel like for a while they've been doing it. Like for a very long time, they've lied to us about a lot of things. I think people are starting to beginning to really wake up and understand what's going on.
Right. Some have become their own news source and figuring it for themselves and then going out in the front lines.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? People are actually buying, like, you cannot buy a gun right now. Like, every store is sold out right now. You can barely buy, I think you can barely buy ammo right now too. So
That's true.
That is actually true. That is actually true.
yeah, so I mean that gives you something to think about, and yeah, that's something to think about, dude. Because like, you know, people are actually starting to wake up and understand what's going on in the world.
I'm not saying this right now, but I'm probably going to say it now. What I think, regardless, Black Lives Matter. That's my viewpoint.
Everybody matters. It doesn't matter who you are. It just depends
Yeah.
on your actions as a person that kind of makes that
Yeah.
would make people judge you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and if you're still on that mindset of on like white supremacy and stuff like that, then you're outdated. Go update yourself, because
Yeah,
that's not true. Everybody matters. Every single person in the world matters. Race,
Yes.
religion, color, sex, anything. Why does skin should really matter? Why should any of this stuff really even matter in the first place? All that should really matter is that they're a person, and if they're a good person. If they're not a good person, then you just don't talk to them.
Thank
And
you.
don't make shit fucking happen.
Thank you. But the problem is with people nowadays, they revolve to just, they just go to innate
Because
nature, the
everybody's
ability.
So, it's either nowadays people are more worried about clout and being famous, or they're more worried about fucking how much money they have and how they can get as much money as they can no matter what. So then that way they
The
don't
world's
have to worry
always
about
like
it in the future. And the world is always, it's going to be like this for as long as you can think, because people are greedy and they want money. They want money, they want fame, they want happiness. And they're going to strive at anything they can to achieve it.
even if it costs friends and family and stuff like that, people are most likely going to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, the world's always been like that, Sam. Honestly, dude,
Yeah,
the world's
I
always
know. I'm just saying.
A
Like,
good
you-
anime example.
I mean,
Full
like-
Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Huh?
I'm saying it right now. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
What about it?
This is basically what this is. This whole entire discussion, wars that are supposed to be happening, basically Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And
I think this is more like Inception. We're all like getting out of the fantasy of what's truly the world is like.
It's like
oh,
almost like
that's definitely Inception.
it's like Blade Runner almost.
Oh boy, Blade Runner. Fuck.
It's actually like Cyberpunk.
True. You know, Cyberpunk's actually like the old Cyberpunk, the RPG shit. You know, they actually predicted this future, like this future.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking crazy, bro. How about how people are gonna be like all like sensitive and shit? I'm like, damn, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The world is in. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
Remember,
I don't know, man. This shit's just fucking crazy, bro. Like, I feel like I said, I think people are starting to wake up, man. It's fucking beautiful. People are actually starting to have their own mind.
The time people start to wake up and realize and figure out for themselves is the time we start to unify and learn how to compromise. It's slow, but it's definitely happening.
the only way the world's gonna change is if people realize that money, greed, and all that stuff doesn't matter. Happiness is the only thing that matters. And
It's materialistic.
that's That's the problem with our generation. We're too materialistic. We're more worried about our wants and needs instead of everybody else's. Which I understand that your wants and needs are just as important as another person's, but you gotta be respectful about the people around you. So then that way you're not making yourself look like an idiot, or you're offending other people around you. But stay true to yourself at the same time. It's all you should do in life, honestly. Who cares if Billy got the new Yeezys? You don't have to go and steal your mom's credit card to go buy Yeezys, or go rob a store to pay off a debt. Go get a job, and if you can't get money from a job, then figure something out. Violence and all this shit is never the answer. George Floyd needs his justice, and we need to realize that racism shouldn't be a thing. And we should actually all
There's always the thing is racism is low, actually, all time low, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like
At the same time, what happened is still unjust.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, the thing is that fucking what's this?
It's still police brutality, and it doesn't matter in my mind.
Still a thing on my mind. I'm just being open and being.
Yeah, I'm being open too. This is a time what you see happen in the video of how much they give you. It's still unjust, and it's good that they're in prison. And if they get indicted, everything is gonna go upside down. A lot of shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a civil war or a war with another country.
Or it could be a war on two different fronts. We get taken over by another country. Then we have to work together.
Let's see what happens.
Well,
All we can really do is vote for the right thing, and hopefully things play out the way they should.
I'm just so exhausted because now I'm just seeing the world going completely over. I got friends who are protesting peacefully, and I always tell them to be safe out there, be open. I always tell them that even if your group has a good message in mind, be careful of any outliers. Be careful of anything that could cause the purity of the
I
group.
want to go out and protest, but my thing is I don't want to get caught up in something that, like, I don't want to go out to a protest, right? And it actually turn into a riot. And the thing is once that happens and the cops like come, everybody that was involved can get arrested.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because in that way you're involved in the chaos, as far as they know. Even if he was just there holding up a sign that said Black Lives Matter or Our Lives Matter or anything like that, just chanting George Floyd, you'd still go to jail.
And I just want to be careful in pointing this out. Be aware of everything. I want to also point this out, as I talked earlier with Rachel Clark, or political reform is definitely needed. We need to abolish this. Abolish the fucking two-party system. Abolish electoral college. And reform the police government. And have them at least take a further education like every other profession possible. Like the firefighting department. That's probably about 3 to 4 years. The fucking PhD or anything like that. For any medical field, it takes out to 6 to 8 years. Political reform, it takes about 3 to 4 years. With social justice systems to work with, criminals, and just understanding these, something to help them out, and to make sure that they follow it accordingly, to understand the true meaning of that is something and I will agree, because it just seems fucking ridiculous that it takes 21 weeks to train an officer. No source of information and lack of experience can come of it.
My friend
And
is trained to be a police officer that I work with, and he even said, I said this before and I'll say it again, he even said that's not even part of procedure. You're trained to be a police officer, putting your knee on something. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not, bro.
But it's heard that it is because they're resisting arrest. But in the video, from the beginning to the end part, he wasn't resisting arrest. But if he was resisting arrest in the middle, then maybe, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you still shouldn't have put your knee on his neck, and you still shouldn't have put him across the street. You should have threw him in your car as soon as you put him in the car. For his safety too, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put him in the car for your safety.
Mm-hmm.
And his safety too, for anybody that's around.
That's if when he's on drugs.
Even if he is or isn't
And
around.
So it doesn't make sense to just pull people out of the fucking police cars that you've already put under.
Detained, you're supposed to be placed in the car. And as far as I know, he was being detained. Because he's being put in cuffs. And he wasn't even resisting arrest. That's the thing. As far as we know. And I'm not saying he did or didn't. But that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is whenever a cop has ever arrested somebody on a TV show or whatever, they usually get put in a car for their safety. And the officer's safety too. So you don't have to wrestle them. They're in the back of your car with they're in the back of a cage, pretty much. What are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta think about too. It's not just, oh, let me keep him outside until I get it. And now if he didn't have a cage in his car, that'd be different. Because some cop cars don't have cages in them. And if you don't have a cage, you don't really want to put a guy in the back of your car.
I see a lot of mixed memes and articles about this saying like, oh, we have people like Brock Tower who get off on free charge. I'm like, yeah, I acknowledge it's just white this for the rapes.
There is white privilege.
And there is white privilege.
Then you're fucking blind, honestly.
Well, I don't really believe in that.
I fear for my life. Many times I've witnessed the police.
I would too. And I fear for my...
I fear for my friends too.
I don't believe in what is it? What'd you say? Sorry, fuck.
White privilege.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. Yeah, I don't believe in that shit.
I've seen shit like that.
Different environments and different grown-up settings. You probably would not grow up.
It's not that, bro. I just don't believe in that shit because people have the same amount of rights as everybody else has as since the day we had fucking civil rights. The civil rights movement happened, and everything got, fixed. I feel like everybody has the same rights. So
Probably in the eyes of seeing that, maybe. But it wouldn't be the same case if people are not being practiced or not having those civil rights.
Remember the 1991 when that one dude got beat up by the cops with their batons and stuff? He wouldn't have did that if it was a white guy that got pulled over. At that point.
people still get shot by white cops. White dudes. Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think there's white privilege. That's like saying women don't have equal rights. We all have equal rights.
I almost said a joke, but I didn't want
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, I know. But again, and that's also discrediting all the rape cases there. But it's also okay. I understand. There's allegations of rape, and there's people who should be charged for making false accusations.
There has been, dude. I've seen some articles recently, dude.
But the fucking Brock Turner shit, that was fucking real.
But the thing is, to say that crime, people are fucked up at the end of the day. We're not perfect.
Pay off some fucking judge. Pay off some fucking judge. Always happens.
Look, man. What I've been told is that everybody, opinions like an asshole is an asshole, bro. Everyone has one, honestly.
But being open to noticing everything else around you is what has kept everybody else alive and aware. No, I'm just so.
I've been woke on so much shit. Like, I've realized a lot of shit.
And everybody has a right to know whether it and to be open.
The thing is, that's Colin's opinion too. We're not gonna fucking hate him for it either.
I'm not gonna hate you.
He's a good person. It's just he has his own. We all agree to disagree on everything. It's gonna happen.
I know, and I've come to realize that, and I'm looking at all sides. Yeah. Yes.
Nah, they hate on me, bro. You guys are fine, man.
That's why I'm clarifying. You're still a good person. You just have a different opinion than we do.
Yeah, I have a different outlook on life, bro. I just don't believe everything is mainstream, man. That shit's mainstream as fuck.
White privilege is not mainstream, dude.
Yes, it is, bro. People that say, "Oh, white privilege is a thing," bro. Who says it the most? The fucking media, bro. The media says the most, man.
That's because the media is controlled by some secrecy to popularize a phrase just to make it and take it out of context.
Nah, I'm not saying there's racist people in the world. Yes, there's racist people in the world. I'm not saying this. I'm not denying it at all. But is there white privilege? I don't believe that.
That's the thing, though. The majority of people in the U.S. are white.
There's a lot of mix, bro. Okay, why do you think people want to come over here, bro? To get out of their shitty country. To come over here and get better money. Get more money.
That too, but also... Exactly.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people treat them fairly, honestly.
I mean, why are we building a wall then? And why are people calling
well, the reason why we're
and all that stuff like profane stuff all the time? I've heard
people Mexicans.
Yes.
How people Mexicans, bro? People.
Well, no,
people...
not only that. Like they make fun of Latino people for not being like a full U.S. citizen and tell them go back to their country and this and that and the other when they were born in the U.S.
I never heard that.
I'm trying to say. I've heard shit like
that. I've heard
in high school.
Shit like that too in high school.
At school. I've heard that. I've heard that before, dude. I've heard.
Oh, but in school, it's probably because people are just being assholes.
Well,
but I'm trying.
I've heard this in the public too. I've heard it in stores. I've heard it at my job. Dude, I've heard
I literally just told you. I'm not. All I'm saying is that yes, there's racism, but I don't think it's as bad as it is people make it out to be. And also, the only reason why Trump is making a wall is it's not just like, oh, we fucking hate Mexicans. No, it's basically we have a country we're own in the country. Hold on, let me. I want to clarify. The reason why he's doing that is so he's symbolic that we have an actual country, and then. It's not just for the Mexicans or anything like that. It's for basically people that want to come over here. They're coming here illegally, right? Like anybody. It doesn't even. It can be any fucking nationality or whatever. It can literally be anybody. So it's not just Mexicans. You know what I mean? So like, if you have a fucking somebody from that's Muslim and that wants to come over here and bomb a fucking church up or something like that because it's not their religion or something like that. And yeah, bro, keep them away from our fucking country, bro. We don't want those people over here. Like shit, we don't want people come over and try to kill us and shit like that. Like, come on now.
There's a difference between Muslim and Islam. There's a difference. There's a wide fucking.
Well, I'm just saying for example. You know what I mean?
I know you probably meant somebody of Islamic practice. You don't mean people of Muslim practice because Muslim practice is more the peaceful orientation of things and how they view the religion. Islamics, on the other hand,
but
yeah, I get it. Just best to keep people informed of what's what and what's what. I don't want to jump the fucking plane of existence and then cause a big madhouse. I know what you're getting at with this.
I know. Yeah.
I understand why they're building a wall. I'm just saying
But there's even a flaw with that too. Even if you're building a wall, some people could probably.
I don't think it's the best, the best solution. I'm just saying that's what he's doing. It's symbolic to show us we are independent. We do not want open borders.
people know we're independent.
I feel like people just, I don't know. That's just the way it is.
There's three ways I can look at it if people escape to come to our country: for freedom, for money, or for business.
Basically, business is basically looking for money. That's about. Freedom is one
No,
thing.
I mean business as in like cartel business or anything like that, or anything.
Okay,
from any
fucking
country.
cartel
That's
business.
what I'm talking about, like business in general. Like it could be an Irish dude that came in on a boat. It could be anybody. It could be some fucking English dude from fucking UK that came in on a plane illegally just to vlog about it. You know what I mean?
Bro.
I'm in the US, Illinois. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like.
Yep. By the way, I've met some of the people in the Black Lives Matter movement, and I've met some of the people.
They're wholesome people.
They're wholesome.
They're down to earth. They understand what is going on isn't right.
Yeah, they understand what the
trying
fuck.
to protest for their right.
I didn't say they're bad people.
No,
I'm not saying.
I know that's why I'm like agreeing with him and giving my opinion about it. Colin, we're not like bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with what both of you are saying mostly. I agree with both of you saying. And I see and I understand where it's coming. It makes sense on both fronts.
Pants keep on falling down. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm surprised that you don't believe in white privilege. I really am.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a big deal as people think it ought to be.
But do you
That's-
think it exists? That's what I'm saying.
White privilege, I
You
think.
think it is a thing, but
I feel like
think it's not as bad as it used to be.
Well, let me just explain. Let me just explain. Okay. I think it like people marginalize people for their race or nationality. I think that is a thing because say like for a cop, right? They go into a situation and the first thing you hear about is it can be domestic abuse or something like that, right? And maybe they think like I don't know, like it's a black person. Oh man, I forgot how I was gonna explain it. I actually forgot I was gonna explain it, dude. Honestly, oh fuck. There's a way I was gonna explain it, but I forgot now. Fuck. I don't know, man. I think a lot of times people just like, yeah, people can judge for who they are and stuff like that without, judge a book by its cover. I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? I think there's people like that in the world who do that.
Did you
What?
guys know Jake Paul's going to jail for trespassing?
Yep. Dumbass.
For I think they
Oh,
said
yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, I saw that.
And another thing I found weird was PewDiePie was reacting to it. He made a video, it was published, but when I tried to go watch it, it said it was private.
Oh.
Why? Well, I was like, I wanted to watch this. What are you doing?
I don't think Pooch wants to get in trouble. I don't think.
If PewDiePie kept that video up long enough, Keemstar would have seen it and he would have said something about it.
That's true.
Right.
Anyways.
But it probably would have been found out, and next thing you know, if he found out that the reaction was posted, he probably just made it private. He's like, oh, I got it back. But probably already too late for that.
I think he'll be put on probation.
Who?
Because of his fame.
Money.
Fuck this. Fuck Jake Paul, dude. He went to the fucking suicide force in Japan.
You said Jay. That's Logan Paul, bro.
Logan Paul was the one that went.
Oh, sorry.
But Logan.
I'm sorry. The fucking Paul.
The dude that had a speech. It's on Twitter, but he had a speech about Black Lives Matter, and he went out to a protest after that on his podcast. So right now, he's getting praise, and I do agree with what he's saying, and he does deserve this. At the same exact time, I don't want him to be milking it. Not that. Jake Paul, remember how he said that he was raising money or whatever, and the video was put as a fundraiser video?
Yeah.
Use somebody else's fundraiser.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he's making the big cap. He's making the big cap. But you know the only person that I've seen so far in that YouTube session who has not asked for a fucking penny? Mark. Mark didn't ask for a fucking penny when he put out a speech about the...
I think a lot of YouTubers are just honestly virtue signaling, honestly. Make themselves look better.
That's why I was thinking about making a video, but at the same time, I didn't want to make a video and get a bunch of views off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Talk about it on a podcast or something like that, because in that way we're getting out our opinion.
Yeah, and...
In a better format, and not that I'm not in a video and having my voice cut out every time I'm trying to say something, because I don't want to send out the wrong message.
Exactly. The thing is...
And that's why I was like, dude, do what you want, but one thing about YouTubers doing that shit, I feel like they're virtue signaling to show their audience, hey, I am better. I'm with you guys, come give me views, give me money. That's what I feel like when I see people do that shit, honestly.
Yeah.
But
even people that fucking say shit on the media, I'm talking about Twitter, I'm talking about all this shit, bro. It's so fucking annoying. I go on there and I see all these people just, virtue signaling so fucking hard. I have not seen this shit since like 2015, honestly. When all the fucking SJW shit was going on, all that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it has not been this bad since the George Floyd shit.
The George Floyd thing's bigger than what everybody expected to be.
Yep. And here's my take on it. A majority of the fucking YouTubers, I think, are virtue signaling, which I honestly think Logan Paul is. I mean, fucking...
I think Logan Paul is, but at the same time, I think he does care, but the thing is he wants to... he's confusing to me. I think he means it, but at the same time, he wants to make money off of it at the same time. He's like in the middle grounds.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's like a Call of Duty developer.
Sometimes, he's basically Infinity. He's Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward did it, but
yeah,
I mean, GTA did it too. I mean, they shut down their servers for 4 hours.
Rox.
I understand why they do that, but at the same time, video games are used for an escape from shit.
Exactly. I'm like, why are they? I was thinking myself, why do they do that shit?
I get why they're doing that because there's people that play and they're actually like, oh, well, at least I know this company cares. At the same exact time, they might just be doing that so people buy more of their games so they can play it.
Exactly.
I always look at it like this. If there's an underlying issue with it, there's always a fact that there's a pro and a con. The pro is that the people are getting cared about, but the con is that this is just a virtue signal. It's both sides. I see. But then I'm looking at some YouTubers like Markiplier. You know he's been all about virtue with every fucking donation.
Pies only like mention something about the riots.
Yeah. You know Mark is completely honest. You know that he's pure.
I feel like Mark is fake sometimes, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna be straight with you, dude.
Markiplier. My thing with Markiplier is he's a good person.
I think he has a good.
Like he milks some of his stuff to get money.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I think he's just fake sometimes. You know what I mean? He'll do shit and it's like, it's kind of fake. You know?
If it starts to show a little bit more where he basically is starting to milk things, it becomes more. And I kind of see that. I don't think for this one he is. I don't think he's virtue signaling for this one. I don't think he's doing that.
I think Dan TVM made a video, but I don't think it was listed. I mean, I don't think it was monetized, and if it was, they're probably gonna donate it. I'm not sure. Most YouTubers that are that big usually donate the money anyway.
Yeah.
They're already rich anyways.
Yeah, no. If I had like, I don't know, like 5 million subs, I would have donated money. I wouldn't even tweeted about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would, if I was a big YouTuber, I would probably donate. I don't know if I would donate to all this shit, because I feel like I'd be donating to all the riots and stuff. That's the reason why.
I'd be donating to George Floyd's family. There's a difference.
Right.
And I would not document it or anything like that. Because in that way, I'm just clout chasing. And people are going to be like, he didn't give him money. He probably bounced the check as soon as he handed it to them.
And if I was ever questioned on shit like this, I'd be like, look, I don't want to get my opinion out because it's going to offend a lot of you. So I'll keep my opinions to myself. That's what I'd be like. Because my channel, like, I don't mind being a little bit political, but, like, I don't want to be super political because, like, I feel like it kind of divides your community up, you know what I mean? Like, that people are going to start unsubbing. I'm not saying, that's the only reason why I'm not doing it. The only reason why I don't want to do this is because I don't want people to unsub because they don't like my opinion on something. I want them liking for me, not for my opinion, you know what I mean?
He wants you to like him for his content, not his opinion. Because his opinion shouldn't really matter on his content. His content is different from him.
Yeah. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Is the same
way. Yeah.
I'm sure
is the same way.
Yes.
Filthy Frank was a character on YouTube. George Miller is now Joji.
Yeah.
I mean, I also see a lot of clout chasing and virtue signaling all the way through, but I see a lot of good too.
I agree with social media protests too at the same exact time, and social distancing, but I see videos, but I just ignore it. I just keep on scrolling.
That's all I see. The thing is about me, bro, I go on Twitter. That's all I see.
I have not been on Twitter since I've checked the Twitter for my game for fucking locker codes. I ignore my feed. I just go straight to the search bar and type in NBA 2K20 locker codes. Enter.
Watch. I bet if I go up to the top, it'll say something about George Floyd. Or at least something about the Black Lives Matter shit. How's Donald Trump? He's talking about the economy. But
every time I go into a different Discord, it's split up with Benson channel.
But still, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I got annoyed about. Is just like seeing all this shit. Like, I understand, like, you, like, just making your opinion once and just leave it at that. Don't keep retweeting or reposting shit. Just leave it at that. That's what I feel like. What?
I'm looking at this one person's venting post and they said, I'm just going to sit back, play video games, watch Twitch, YouTube, and live my life, and not get consumed with the stress of opinions and size, and what's wrong and what's right. I have no idea what I could do, but honestly, that's all I could do to help. So they resorted to escapism. Because there's so much in this world that's so confusing. even if you look up all the
It's because we don't have the
information,
answer for everything. If we had the answer to
Yeah.
everything, it'd be different. But we don't have the answer to nothing, and that's the problem. That's why we question everything, because we don't know everything. And I think it's better that we don't. But at the same time, when it involves our freedoms, we should know.
Mm-hmm.
and this is one of those moments where it's like a question of free. So, back pedaling to all that, I'm concerned about this just being a whole entire setup for World War III.
Honestly, whatever happens, happens at this point.
24-year-old Stephen Cannon charged with murder and of retired St. Louis police. Oh, that's what they were talking about. Went down.
Can we wrap up this podcast? I'm so tired.
Yeah. I was just. I don't know, man. I just feel like I needed to vent a little bit on at least the last little bit there. I got tired of fucking seeing these little fucking shitty fucking posts and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see this shit, man. I want to go fucking look at. I just want to go see some funny shit on here. Just see.
That's why I go on my Instagram more, because I follow like 15 to 20 meme pages.
That's why I go on TikTok more now. Honestly. I mean, I go on Twitter to kind of see if there's any drama that went down or if there's any news on like games or whatever. But I follow some like people on there, like actual people, and I'm like, I shouldn't have all these motherfuckers, bro. I regret it now. But alright. Well, hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Fucking. Everybody stay safe out there. No matter if you're with the whole George Floyd thing or not. Just be careful when you go outside and don't want to get fucking hit in the face or fucking looted or some shit. Just be careful. This has been the Reyes Podcast.